a very highly energizing time. So I thought I'd come on and I'd give you a bit of energy. And that is what this stream is about, to give you a bit of energy. Because full moons, whether you believe it or not, are a great time for a factory reset for your energy, to clear whatever nonsense is going on and to start new cycles, to plant a new seed, my friend. And that is what we're going to do on this stream. So, before anyone jumps on, I'm going to start with the intention that you are going to energize yourself as you watch this. And you do that by setting your space, your grounding cord. So ground yourself. And if you don't know how to ground yourself, just imagine a ball of light at the center of the earth connecting to the base of your spine. And because energy follows thought, just by listening to that instruction, you are now grounded, my friend. And now that you're grounded, just slow down your breathing, because this is a great way to start the contemplation process. Now, you're now going to imagine the moon above you, the full supermoon, and you're going to allow that lunar energy to come right through the top of your head and connect with you. And your grounding cord are going to connect with your cord above you, connected to the moon in the place of your heart. And as you breathe in and slow down your breathing, you're just going to feel energized from above and below, going into your heart. And as you breathe in, you're going to feel more connection and energy entering your heart. And as you breathe out, you're going to feel it expanding. Now, as you expand this energy field that we've now created, this is an opportunity for you to set an intention, to reset your intention so that you achieve better things on this cycle. So now is the opportunity to put out what you want more of. Okay, so whatever's happened to you has happened. Now it's time to attract stuff that you want more of. And that is how this process works. So whether it's more love, more connection, more friends, more fun in your life, more happiness, whatever it is, now is the time to plant that seed, because this is the start of a lunar cycle that is going to help you to manifest that. And your capacity to stay in this energy field that we've just created and to hold that space will be directly influential on your ability to manifest what it is that you're looking for right now. What you're looking for more of, my Jedi friends, because that is how super cycle works. So this is a super cycle, which means that the moon is closer to the earth than it is normally. And full moons, for those of you that haven't worked night shifts in hospitals or stuff like that, is a really time to amplify energy. I've got Ishi Boy in the house with my first comment saying hi. Hi, Ishi Boy. And I've got Marek Cesar in saying hi. Well, hi to you, Marek. Thank you both for joining me on this lunar cycle. So just to catch you up for people late to the thread, this cycle is about bringing your energy to manifest your energy to feel better. It's here to help you to feel better, my Jedi friends. So we've got Natasha in the house, Corinne saying hi. Thank you both. Welcome to the thread. Is she boy back? Did you see the harvest moon yesterday? Well, that is effectively, it's the part of a 3-day cycle. So it hit here in the UK at about 5 a.m. this morning. That was the pinnacle of it all. So this is a great chance with the harvest moon. And yes, is the answer, Ishibai. I'm very sensitive to lunar energy. We know about lunacy here, my friends. We are in touch with the lunar cycles. So Natasha's on saying hi. Hi, Natasha. Dynamic Edits by Kurt and Ian. I'm your biggest fan. Hi. Well, thank you, Dynamic Edits by Kurt and Ian. Very happy to have you here. Natasha says, say 67. Well, okay, Natasha, whatever you're into. Ishi boy, the moon was covered by the clouds for me. Well, it usually is, Ishi boy, but the important thing is that you'll feel the energy. The whole point with the stuff that I work with, I work with energy. So let's have a step backwards here. So for many years, many years, for 10 years, I worked night shifts as a nurse. And we noticed on certain nights that the ward would go mad. I mean, really mad. We could have normal conversations with people at 10 a.m. in the evening. By 2 a.m., they would be nuts. They would forget who they are. They'd be running around. They'd tell us to get out of their house. They would lose the plot. And I used to joke about this, so it must be a full moon. And as it turned out, on about 99 times out of 100, when it did go mad, it was during that full moon cycle. So there we go. So let's see what we hear. Ishi Boy says, will you see the meteor showers? I don't know, Ishi Boy. I really don't. Natasha, ha ha. Kim, Jordan is in the house. Boring. Well, Kim, you know where you can go if you don't like it. I never asked you to be here, and your presence is not required. Besides, well, maybe you can make it less boring with a comment that can inspire all of us. So there you have it. And what you probably missed out on was the beginning part when I actually showed you how to raise your energy or how to set your energy in the right direction. Natasha says hi again. Hi, Natasha. Zaheen, poop. Well, that is very constructive, Zaheen. That tells us what you are in, no doubt. Have you pooped yourself, Zaheen? Is that what we're talking about here? Is it time to get to the toilet, my Jedi friend? And being a late one to arrive then. Ishi Boy, your voice is so calming. Thank you, Ishi Boy. That's very kind of you to say. Alexa and says hi. Well, hello, Alexa and. Great to have you on this stream, my Jedi friends. So for people that are late to the stream, it's not really late. You're actually very early to the stream. But let me just recap how we start this. So I'm all about energy, and this stream is for you to actually feel better, to show you energetically how to raise your vibe. So the first thing I get people to do is to ground themselves. And if you don't know how to ground, just imagine a ball of light at the center of Earth and a cord connecting to the base of your spine. So there you go, my friends. That's how you ground yourself. And if you slow down your breathing controls your mood, and you will feel better naturally. So this is, take all the energy aside, that's science-based. If you're feeling stressed, it's because you're shallow breathing, and you can slow down your breathing and you can control your mood with that. So energy aside, that is a top tip. I get everybody to do it. Let's see. Natasha says, what's Jedi friends? Jetty friends. Jedi friends. Okay, Natasha, you've called me out. Actually, somebody did send me a message saying I've only just caught on what Jedi Friends is after all of these years. So Jedi Friends is a reference to Star Wars, Jedi Knights. Jedi Knights. And in the UK years ago, somebody decided to fill in the national consensus of what religion are you. So for people that don't really follow a religion, a load of people put down Jedi as their religion, because they like the idea of being a Jedi, which is ultimately about keeping your energy high, keeping your energy at a high frequency. That's what it is. That's what Jedi is for me. It's a bit of fun. Officially, according to the UK census, I am a Jedi, because when it said, what religion are you? I filled in Jedi. So even though the UK doesn't officially recognize Jedis, I am a Jedi, my friends. And the people that are usually attracted to my kind of streams are people that get that. And if you don't, well, you're possibly on the wrong stream, my friends. Possibly on the wrong stream. So let's see. Natasha says, I now starts Star Wars. Well, Natasha, you can be a Jedi at the moment that you decide to be one. And what it means for me, I work with energy. So I teach people how to use energy. I teach people how to feel better, and I teach people how energy works. And part of my professional role is helping people get through some of the most difficult times in their business and their life. So it's all about energy. Everything is about energy. And not only that, we can energize ourselves anytime, any place, anywhere. There you go. So Ishi Boy, I have 2 questions. We'll fire away, Ishi Boy. Natasha, no. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. No to Natasha, but nonetheless, um, I will read it out. Okay, Ishi Boy, what's your favorite lunar event you've seen? So, well, I've seen lots of lunar events. Actually, seen, well, I did a course once where we had to. It was actually timed. The course was timed. It was called a Mind Power Day. And the final event, what we had to do three things. The first one was break a wooden block with a 6-inch run up with our hand. Second thing was we had to put a small iron bar on our throat and walk towards somebody else to bend the bar. And the final thing that we had to do was to firewalk in the evening. And as we did the firewalk, it was set up with the full moon in the background. And it was one of the singular, most powerful, unbelievable, incredible experiences that I've had in my life. So that would definitely constitute my number one. Let's have a look. So Natasha says, hi, 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 hi. Well, to you, Natasha. Hi, 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 hi. That's a lot of highs in one thread. You're very high. Maybe you are very high. What would I know? Which could be fun, especially on a full moon, because it amplifies energy. So it takes all sorts, my Jedi friends, all sorts. I've got Haley, Portors in the house. You're my friend now. What happens after close later? Well, Haley, who knows? Who knows? If we knew the future, we would be Nostradamus, wouldn't we? Unfortunately, I cannot predict the future, my Jedi friend. All I can do is raise the vibe in the present, in the here and now. The here and the now, which is where it's all at. Where it's all at. The past is history. The future is a mystery. There we go. So Haley says hi. Well, hi. Natasha says, stop saying jetty friends. Well, I'm not saying jetty friends, Natasha. I'm saying Jedi friends. Jedi friends. My friends are Jedis. They are Jedis. They will raise their vibration as they see fit. So to me, a Jedi is someone that can take control of their own energy, and they're not dependent on anyone else to feel uplifted or get their vibe high. So that's what I teach effectively. So I generally work with people who are sensitive to energy, and so when people are down, they usually get down. They're empaths. So I teach empaths how not to be affected by other people's energy, how to keep your energy high, your vibe high, even when all chaos is breaking out around you. So that is my specialist subject, my friends. Let's have a look. So Haley says, who's your favorite YouTuber? Oh, that's a difficult one, Haley, and I don't have a favorite, and that is the truth. That is the truth, and it really depends what sort of subjects. There's lots of subjects that interest me, so there's certain fields. Disruptors. I like people that disrupt, people that stand out in the crowd. So, and there's lots of them. It would be unfair for me to pick one. Yes, characters, people who aren't afraid to speak their mind, especially with YouTube, because you can get blacklisted very quickly on YouTube for saying the wrong things. Let's see, what have we got here? So Natasha says, I don't know how to say. Well, I can't help you with that, Natasha. So I've got TJ on. Beautiful. That's what I'm doing as we speak. So ironic. Well done, TJ. A bit more beauty. We could use more beautiful in the world, or people that are seeing the world through beautiful eyes. So kudos to you. Kudos. Haley has given me some big blue emoji that I've not seen before. Well, thank you, Haley. I've not seen that emoji. Haley says, can you guess how old I am? I have no idea, Haley. Neither does it matter to me, because in the world of energy, in the frequency of energy, we could be many lifetimes old. There you go. There's a thought for you, isn't it? There's something out there to stimulate a debate. So yes, part of the things that I've done in my time. Here you go. This is probably going to be where loads of viewers drop off. So one of the things I do is timeline therapy. I've regressed people into the past to previous lifetimes and incarnations. There you go. So on that basis, how old are any of us? We could be timeless. We exploded in at the dawn of humanity, beyond humanity, some may say. Big Bang style stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Haley says, today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Haley. I'm glad that you've chosen to join us on your birthday on this thread. Fair play to you. And TJ said, always thought about that when I was young. I knew I was an old soul. Well, people that generally are attracted to my kind of stuff sort of get this, TJ. So here's another thing that you should all know. Like, I'm very comfortable with who I am, and a lot of people will absolutely not get it when I talk about things like past lives or energies or um, soul carnations, soul contracts, things like that, guardian angels. Yes, yes, I tick all of those boxes, my Jedi friends. We enter that realm on this channel semi-frequently, but we keep it fun as well. So I realize that there's only a small percentage of the population that would even get what I'm talking about there. And this is for you. And we're not worried about people that don't get it. They'll either stay around until they do get it, or they will leave, one or the other. There you have it. I've got Licked in the house, one of my Jedi friends. Well, welcome back, Licked. So for everyone else, Licked has just done one of my Jedi training academies, and he has been learning how to amplify his energy. Great to see you on this thread, Licked. Great to have you here. TJ, we are infinity. Yes, we are. I do believe that, TJ. I do believe it. So here's another thing that you probably don't know, unless you follow my channel on a semi-regular basis, is that I used to work with people at the end of life in my capacity as a nurse. So trying to get them to make sense of their life as they were facing death. There you go. There's something a little bit out there. So I'm very aware of what scares people when the end of life becomes a reality. And I've helped many people through that zone to make sense of their lives. So there you go. There's something you don't hear every day, isn't it? So Haley says hi again. Haley says, you're my friend. Well, thank you, Haley. Very welcome. Nice to have you here, my Jedi friend. Natasha says, happy birthday, Haley. Kudos. Thank you for saying happy birthday. Well, Haley, it is your birthday. It deserves to be celebrated, and it deserves to be happy as well. So do you have any plans? What are you doing for your birthday? What have you got in store for the rest of the day? And this is a great chance to amplify your energy so that you have an even happier birthday. So that is what energy is about. It's about the amplification of energy. And with streams like this, with live streams like this is a chance for me to show you how group energy works. Because my intention for you is that the longer you tune into this thread, the better that you'll feel, because we're actually energizing it. I have energized it for you to feel better on this full moon special occasion. So there you have. So I'm going to go to the beach for my birthday, says Haley. Well, kudos to you. Enjoy that. Yeah, I wish that, well, over here in the UK right now, I mean, not only am I not very close to a beach, I probably wouldn't be heading to the beach. It probably wouldn't be that pleasant. UK beaches at the moment, probably full of boats, probably full of dinghies, my friends. It could be a bit dangerous. Yes, we're having an interesting run of it over here in the UK right now. It is a fun place to be, that's for sure. So this is what it's about. It's about amplification of energy, and that is what these streams are for, to help you to amplify your energy. And that is what we do. So the longer that you stay grounded and the more you slow down your breathing, the better you will feel. That's how it generally pans out, my friends. That's how it generally pans out. If you want to very quickly feel better, just slow down your breathing. Because all stress happens when we almost hyperventilate with our breathing. And I've seen this time and time again, especially in my time in nursing Anyone that was really stressed had a very shallow respiration rate. Used to call it your breathing rate, your respirations. And yet, when people breathe shallow, they tend to stress more. And there's no coincidence that. People ask me, what's the quickest thing I can do to feel better? That is the quickest thing. Slow down your breathing, because your breathing controls your mood. There you go. That's all science. That's not woo woo. That's not energy. It is actually energy. It's very practical. It's very practical energy. Your breathing controls your mood. Your breathing controls your mood. And I say this a lot because we all need to be reminded constantly that it can be that easy when working with energy to control your mood, to slow down your breathing. That's how it works, my Jedi friends. That's how it works. It can be that simple for you. So, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I will give you the benefit of an energy exercise right now that you can do to feel better. We'll just make it brief. So sit comfortably, put your feet flat on the floor, and get your spine as straight as you can. Now, you don't have to, that's optional, as long as you're sitting comfortably. Ground yourself, as we've spoken about. Imagine a ball of light at the center of the earth connecting to the base of your spine. And connect with the lunar energy, connect with the moon above you so that there's white light going through your head, energizing your whole body from above and below. And now slow down your breathing. Slow it down, my friends. Slow down your breathing, because your breathing controls your mood. And now what you're going to do is set a single intention of something that you want more of, and you're going to put it out there. And as you breathe in, you're going to imagine that your grounding cord and the light stream that's coming through your head are connecting in your heart. And as you breathe out, you're going to expand your energy field. So with each out breath, your field's going to get more expansive. You are expanding, my Jedi friends, with every out breath. And the longer you do this for, the better you will feel. That's a fact. And I don't even want you to take my word for it. I want you to do it and feel it for yourself. If you do that and feel it for yourself, your energy will increase and you'll feel better. There you go. Simple energy, my Jedi friends. Simple energy. And for me, a cup of tea, because you need to hydrate after energy exercises. A winner. It is a winner. And that is how simple energy can be. And a lot of it is just learning to reset your energy and to take control of your energy at any given time. Because it's easy to have your energy drop when you're in the company of the wrong people. Let's put it that way. When you're in the company of the wrong people and you're empathic, you're sensitive to energy, you're a good person generally, you like to keep harmony. There's a lot of people out there that will drag your energy down if you allow them to happen or allow them to do it. And a lot of the techniques that I deal with are stopping that from happening. To stop them from being able to do that, my friends, because you can set your energy so that other people don't affect you. And you learn to develop clear boundaries and to generally feel better. Because that's how we roll, my Jedi friends. That is how we roll when we work with energy. And that is part of it, keeping the field high. Now, for those of you that have arrived a little bit later on this thread, the full moon is a great opportunity for an energy reset, for a factory reset of your energy, and to plant energetic seeds for a better you and for more of what you do want and less of what you don't. And that is why we're here. That's what the purpose of this stream is, to give you those tools so that you can not just go and do them for yourself, but you can actually feel better in the here and now. And this whole stream is designed to have an energy around it, to have a place where you will feel more energized just through being here. And not only that, but it's designed to do that, whether you're watching it live now or whether you're watching it on catch up, because that's how energy works. It's timeless. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the here and now. It is a timeless phenomenon, my friends. When you work with energy, you realize that you can simultaneously affect your past and your future in the present. Some of you might be thinking, how the hell can you affect your past in the present? Well, what happens when you change your energy is that your reflection on the past can change. So you might think that you had a really tough upbringing, for example, stuff that went on, and um, you might feel angry towards certain people. But when you raise your frequency and realize that everything that you did led you to this point, and if it hadn't have been as tough, you wouldn't have got the lessons, you can change your past. And although you're not actually changing your past, you're changing your perception of what the past was and how it influences you. So effectively, you can change the past by working with your energy in the here and now. And that is a concept that's you either get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, well, you probably won't get it. And if you do get it, then hallelujah, you've reached a realization in your life that could potentially change the game for you. And this is what energy is. It is the set of tools to enable you to change the here and now. And in doing so, to improve your future and to deal with your past, to reflect on your past in a more positive light so that you can attract a better future and you can let go of anything that's holding you back or dragging you down. And you can cut cords with anybody that isn't serving you. So there you have it, my friends. That is energy explained to you. So I guess now I've gone on about energy. I see that the comments have all dried up. So if any of you have got any questions about anything that I've said, now fire away. Do fire away so I can tailor the content in the direction that it will help you the most. Because energy, you can cover it. I can cover it in a few minutes, or I can cover it. I mean, you can spend your whole life learning the nuance within things in the energy realm. So just to let you know, I do run Jedi training academies, and we've got Licht on the line who's actually been through one of them. And this is an opportunity where I teach people how to use energy, but give them time to integrate it as well. Because they can use it and then come back with questions, use it and then come back with questions, because it works differently for everybody. Everyone gets affected differently by energy. You could do the same process for two people and they'll have completely contrasting different responses, because energy gives you what you need, not what you want. A lot of people think, oh, I'll get energy and I'll feel great at the end of it. That's not always the case, folks. You might need to wake up to something that's been holding you back, in which case for some people they'll get energy and they'll get a load of pain. Get a load of pain because you need to wake up to the root cause of the problem before you can move through it. So there you have, my friends, different strokes for different folks, and that's how energy rocks. And on that note, my Jedi friends, I feel like we've covered quite a lot on this live, and it feels like I've either put you all in a trance, or I've obviously covered it with such clarity that you don't need to ask any questions. I shall delude myself and tell you it's the latter. But if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. So, have any of you got any energy questions whatsoever? Whatsoever, my friends. And I notice there's way more people on the stream than have actually liked it. So if you could do me a favor and you have liked it and you've got any value out of this, then it helps me and it helps the algorithm. If you would just put that little like button, it stops YouTube from putting me in the naughty step. Although I am pretty much on the naughty step at the moment. That's kind. I noticed a couple of extras went in there. So thank you for doing that, my friends. Thank you for doing that. And that is energy one-on-one. So that's how it can influence you. Energy is a set of tools to take control of your well-being and your mental health, especially when everyone around you is being negative or trying to drag you down or being a drain on your energy, or you're feeling like you just can't go on anymore, or you're feeling let down, or you're feeling drained by people. So if you hear any of those symptoms, that's where energy comes into your life, and that is how we work. We work on stuff like that so that you can feel better easily. Feel better easily. That could easily be the title of the live stream. Maybe I'll do that next one. We won't do it on full moon. We'll just do a feel better easily live stream. That's how it could go down, my friends. That's how it could go down. Who knows? Who knows? So there you have it. There you have it, my Jedi friends. There is your intro to energy. Your intro to energy. You have everything you need to actually go out and do this and use it now to help you to feel better. But more importantly, just as a tailwind, it is a full moon cycle now. It is really important today that you reset your energy and you set your intention in a direction that you want more of. Because most people spend most of their life knowing what they want less of, saying, I don't want this, I don't want to feel this way, I don't want to do that. Know what you do want, and then you can attract it. So there you go. There's the principles of energy, my friends, in a little live stream. So I am going to probably end this stream in the next few minutes on the basis that we've pretty much completed the exercise. I've given you the introduction, given you all of the information you need on this new moon cycle or this full moon cycle to get the most out of it, should you wish to do so. If there is any questions, I'll probably give you another couple of minutes to let them come in. Any comments, anything you want to say, now is your time to say it, my friends, or to hold your peace until the next one, the next live stream. And if you've enjoyed this, you'll probably want to subscribe to the channel and put on the bell notifications so that you get these live updates. Now, I don't plan them. I just do them when the energy takes me. Sometimes I just get guided to do a live stream, and I never know when or where or how that's going to manifest. So there you have it, my Jedi friends. That is how we roll on this channel. And since we have had no further comments or questions, I feel that this is a good segue to wish you all a fantastic day, to set your energy space to feel better and to attract more of what you want, and to get the most out of this cycle, my friends, because that's where it's at. To get more out, you're in control. You control your energy. You can set your energy field. No one can influence your energy without your permission. And this is what this is all about. You choose how you're going to feel and what you're going to get out of the next cycle. So, my friends, I shall wish you goodbye. I hope that you all have a fantastic day. And I hope you, Haley, you have a very happy birthday. And I shall catch you all again soon, my Jedi friends. Until then, may you energize